Welcome to Source Energy Services HSE Live presentation on guarding for a safe working environment. Conveyors are an important method of material haulage and one of the most common ways to transport material in our industry. It is a way to transport larger volumes efficiently. There are many different types of conveyors, but at the end of the day, we have to remember that these are machines. They're incapable of safeguarding our lives. We as employees need to make sure we follow safe work practices. This includes during operation and maintenance and by installing proper physical safeguards on our equipment. A typical conveyor belt travels about 300 feet per minute. This means the belt is moving at 5 feet per second. And a moving conveyor belt will draw in your tools, your loose-fitting clothing, your hand or arm in less than a second, pull you in and not let you go. Only operate this machinery when all safeguards are properly installed. In the US, guarding is required whenever the exposed moving parts are 7 feet away from walking and working surfaces. These moving parts can be, but not limited to, gears, sprockets, chains, drive, head and tail pulleys, and take-up pulleys. In Canada, any machine that has exposed moving, rotating, or electrically charged parts that create a hazard to employees shall be guarded. In both of these countries, though, guards must be securely in place when conveyors are operating and energized. Never reach around or through a guard. Adequate workplace exams help discover areas that require improvement, such as guards that have vibrated or moved out of place and are no longer protecting those that work in or around these areas. Never perform work on a moving conveyor belt. Danger tape and tag the area out while notating it on your workplace exam and wrap too. Only repair or adjust the guarding when proper lockout, takeout, tryout procedures can be performed in a timely manner. A travelway next to a conveyor that does not have guarding must have emergency stop devices such as a pull cord. The purpose of an emergency pull cord is to shut down the conveyor should a person fall on or against the conveyor. Quarterly testing is done to ensure that all safety devices are in proper working order. Each shift should also visually inspect the pull cords to ensure that they are in the proper location as to where it will stop the conveyor should a person fall on or into the conveyor. They must also visually inspect that they are tight and do not contain too much slack, causing the device to improperly function. Remember, the primary job of an emergency pull cord is to protect you while you are working or near the travelway. In areas where flying or falling material present a hazard, guards, shields, or other devices must be used to safeguard us from such material. When we use communication in the form of signage, two-way radios, and pointing out these hazards to our coworkers, we help protect each other and keep everyone safe. There are times when hazards exist that may not be immediately obvious to employees. These areas should be guarded or barricaded, and signage should be posted around all areas of approaches. This signage should be visible, easy to read, and let you know of the hazard and protection that is required. Barriers and barricades. When looking at the difference between these two words and how to properly safeguard ourselves and each other, think of it like this. A barrier is like a speed bump. It is intended to give us a visual reminder and slow us down while driving, but we're able to drive over them. A chain serves the same purpose. It acts as a barrier and warning us of a hazard. A barricade is like a brick wall. It's a physical obstruction that is meant to prevent our access into that area, such as a guarded area under a take-up pulley. It doesn't matter if our work sites are in Canada or in the US. Guards, barriers, and barricades are all measures we take across our Source Energy Services sites to keep each other safe. Each of these offer different levels of safety, and it is our job to ensure we are utilizing these means properly. Machines are dangerous, but safeguarded and used appropriately make our jobs easier and safer. If you are unsure about your safety around these machines, make sure you stop and ask questions to better understand. Guards should be there to avoid unsafe conditions and not create new ones. Whether we are using guards, barriers, or barricades to protect ourselves and our teammates, they always need to be in place to do their job. Safeguarding is not dependent on our safety devices alone. It starts with communication and continues with our contributions. Just knowing our safety programs and guidelines is not enough. We have to play an active role and practice it. Make the choice to make a change and not the choice to look the other way.